Hi there, this is Proud Melanated Queen, and welcome to my channel. Today I will be off camera, and I will be reading from my notes. And the topic of my video for today is self-love versus self-hate. And I will begin by explaining to you why I refer to myself as Proud Melanated Queen. Where do I start? Where do I begin this discourse to explain to you why I refer to myself as Proud Melanated Queen? I guess the best way for me to start is just to say, there was a time in my life when I didn't even think of myself as anybody's queen or any type of royalty. During that period of time, I also did not value my heavily melanated skin. On the contrary, I went through a phase in my life that lasted for decades, in which I was my own worst enemy. And just about everything, absolutely everything about me, I hated. I hated my very dark chocolate skin tone. I hated the mound of tightly coiled hair on my head, which was difficult to comb. I hated having knock knees. I hated the shape of my lips. I hated having stretch marks on my arms, so much so that I would never wear short sleeve or sleeveless blouses. I hated having marks on my face as a result of me having acne during my teen years. And I hated how my upper front teeth protruded as a result of me sucking my thumb when I was young. I also hated looking at my reflection in the mirror, and I viewed myself as a deeply flawed person with no gifts, no talents, and I felt that I had nothing, absolutely nothing whatsoever to offer to this world. At that time, I had extremely low self-esteem. I was timid. I was pessimistic. I was filled with anxiety. And I was unable to see the bright side of life because my world was so clouded and enshrouded in so much darkness. Back then, I was also the type of person that when I walked past a group of people who were laughing and talking, automatically I felt that they were laughing at me and talking about me. I guess I felt that way back then because there had been more instances than I can remember where I actually was the person being laughed at, as well as being the butt of many cruel jokes. I will admit, I wasn't a perfect person back then, nor am I a perfect person now. But back then, there were a lot of times when I was stubborn, I was mean and selfish, I was very impatient, and I would show these unfavorable traits of character to my family, my friends, and even sometimes to strangers. I'm ashamed to say this, but this was the person that I was, and I believe that a lot of those negative traits of character were rooted in my feelings of utter worthlessness and a sense of inferiority. It was a very dark period in my life, and it began as early as when I first entered elementary school. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware that the more that I thought negatively about myself and put myself down, the more negativity I drew to myself. It was a vicious cycle, and I desperately wanted so much to get out of it. The one constant that I had in my life back then was that I knew that the Most High loved me. But another constant was that I could always count on my mother and my father and the love and support they provided to me. Although my parents saw my imperfections and they frequently had to chastise me when I did something wrong, they still loved me. And somehow they were able to see some good in me even when I couldn't see it in myself. If I were to say to you that I was always as patient and caring with my parents as they were with me, I would be telling you an untruth. But I forgave myself a long time ago for how I treated my mother and father. And the best way that I could make amends to them for not always being the best me that I could be around them was to completely turn my life totally around. March 20th of 2014 was a special day in my life. After I had been going through years and years on a roller coaster ride of self-hate, a light switch turned on in my mind and I said to myself, enough is enough. I made a commitment to myself then and there to change. And I made this commitment after a long relationship had ended, but I had been contemplating making a change in me even before that time. During my healing process, I subscribed to several YouTube channels, and they helped me. They really helped me on my road to recovery. Some of the channels inspired me to start loving the person that I was, both inwardly and outwardly, and to start loving my natural hair rather than hating it, and to start loving my dark chocolate skin tone as well as seeing it as beautiful. I also watched countless videos about the history of the melanated people of the world and their great accomplishments to the world, some of which I wasn't even aware of. And this really instilled in me a sense of pride. I was proud that some of my own people are included in the ranks of individuals that were the trendsetters that helped to shape the world in which we live. I also discovered some videos on YouTube about Dr. Sebi, who at the time was a person that I had never heard of before. From Dr. Sebi, I learned about the natural cures for all types of sicknesses and diseases, and I began to watch his videos, and they inspired me. And they inspired me so much to be interested in my total health and my total well-being. I had stopped reading books several years prior to this time, but during my recovery period, I rekindled my love for reading. The books that I was introduced to on my healing journey had themes that were geared toward the melanated people of the world, and some of the books included such books as The Miseducation of the Negro, which was written by Carter G. Woodson. I learned about the book From Babylon to Timbuktu, which was written by Rudolph R. Windsor, and The Destruction of the Black Civilization, which was written by Chancellor Williams. After reading these books, I came to the realization that rather than hating being a heavily melanated woman and hating everything else about me, I should be proud, very proud, and honored to be me. It finally dawned on me that I'm here for a specific purpose, and I'm convinced that I went through what I went through to help strengthen me as I work toward fulfilling my purpose in life. I believe that one of my purposes in life is to work toward making this world a better place in which to live. Have I had some hits and misses on my journey? You better believe it. Have I made some mistakes? Yes, I definitely have. But I can constantly strive, and I am constantly striving to become a better version of myself. I've come a long way since I nervously began my journey, but I can honestly say that I'm still a work in progress. I've been on my journey for over 6 years now, and on a daily basis, I strive to surround myself with people that have positive energy, people who inspire me to be the best person that I can be. I love myself now. I see my value. And I am proud of the person that I am evolving into, even if there are some people in my life that are not. Today, I am a proud melanated queen, and I say it boldly without flinching. I would like to say these simple words to those who are watching this video today, and I say these words from my heart. If there is a man, woman, boy, or girl out there that has their own life story that's similar to mine, or you have your own unique story to tell in which you're going through maybe a difficult time in your life right now, I admonish you to always love and appreciate yourself, even when haters are lurking and are hoping that you will fail. I would also like to say to you to never allow yourself to stop believing in yourself, nor allow the negative opinions of others to derail you. And before I end this video today, I have some words that I would like to say to you, that I would like for you to say to yourself on a daily basis, and it's regardless of who you are. These words can be said silently, or they can be said out loud. They can even be said in front of a mirror. And the words are these: I love myself. I am beautiful inside and out. I am of value to this world. I have gifts and talents that were given to me to use. And I have a special purpose in my life. Therefore, I will not let anyone or anything keep me from fulfilling it. And I also urge you, I truly urge you, don't wait until tomorrow or next month or next year to start your self-love versus self-hate journey. Start today. Start today. And don't delay. I hope that something that I shared with you today was of value to you, and that it will inspire you to action. And if something that was presented today was of a benefit to you, I would ask that you please like this video, please share this video, and by all means, please subscribe. I would like to say I hope that you have a wonderful, beautiful remainder of this day. And until next time, this is Proud Melanated Queen saying goodbye.